It is story time. So, welcome YouTube. I'm gonna tell the story about when I bought my first bike, why I bought it, and struggles I had before versus after having it. Alright. Let's start with I always loved the bikes. Who doesn't? Which boy don't like bikes as a kid? There's two things we used to love. Bike and big truck. Right? You see bike a pass, everybody run come out for look at it. Yo, one day I must have one of these, right? That's the feeling I had. I don't know if you had the same feeling. And then there was big truck. When the big trucks are passing, when I was younger, we used to cry out, big truck, big truck, big truck, and the man them pass, burp, burp, and that just made our day, literally, right? Remembering back then, we used to like nobody in my family had a car at that time, So it's like I live in the country, side of Jamaica, up in the hills and valleys. Um, I feel like we used to have to walk to the beach. The beach is like 2 hours away walking, 2 hours to 3 hours. I don't remember exactly, but something like that walking one way. That's just going. You have fun, you jump up and down, you're tired, I know you have to come back home, you have to walk too. Because you don't have money to go get a car to get to go there and come back. People didn't have money like that at that time. Well, at least that we didn't. You only have money to go to school, buy food, and that's it. You don't really spend extra money on leisure stuff, right? Leisure stuff you find your own way there. It was still fun. We made fun of walking, we talked and we walk and we walk and we talk until we eventually get there. Anyways, then there's walking back. Again, another 2 hours, 3 hours. I don't feel like we complained at the time because it became a normal thing to do that here and there to a point where we just walk for fun, that go in that direction just for fun because you got used to it, never used to complain. Tell me do that now. If me do that no, but no, no, no. Don't even think about it. Me, nah do that. That nah happen. You never live to see that happen. Anyways, so, long story short, down in the future, I start working for myself, you know, and stuff. I used to do my own thing. When I got to the point of doing my own thing, um, I used to get bookings here and there, so I get my bookings, and most of my bookings, for some reason, is in Kingston, Portmore side. But knowing me, I'm always early. I'm always early. I try to be early, so I will leave like 3 hours in advance, minus the time that it would take for me to get there, right? That transportation time. So I would if I need to catch a bus 9 o'clock, I would leave like 7, way before. So let's just say, for instance, I left 1 hour before. And then when you get to the bus, you have to sit in the bus for 2 hours sometimes. If you're lucky, leave same time. But just to be safe, you try to reach early. Sometimes the first bus would be like 5 a.m. in the morning. Where I'm from in the country area, no bus now run no car now really run 5 a.m. in the morning for your catch. So that is a whole problem right there. Just to even get there is a problem. So I don't even know how I get there. Sometimes I would walk. I literally walk to the town, and walking to the town would take like an hour. Right? It would take an hour if I really need this job, right? Other than that, if I can afford to get a car to go there, I would try to do that. Right? Whatever means, or I leave even extra early and take my chances of seeing if I can get a car. Right? Or what I would do is go to like my mom or somewhere closer that's like more fast paced that I could get a taxi anytime, like Ochiria side, right? Those are the options I had. So if I got a job in Kingston, I would go to Ochi from the day before or something like that, just so I can get taxi. It's easier than the countryside where I am now. Anyways, I will get to Trump. I normally get there in time and no problems. I figured it out and I would plan it and I'll make sure it happens before the time. When I get there now, I do my job, whatever, easy, easy. The problem I had was when it's late jobs. Anything past 5 o'clock is a problem because by 6:30, so there's no more bus coming to Portland. About that time, from experience, right? So I know that if that time comes, I'm gonna have to take a taxi. So you have to take a taxi from Kingston to Anata Bay if you're lucky. If you're lucky. And then Anata Bay to Buff Bay and then Buff Bay to Portland and Portland to wherever I live. Alright. So normally I would, if I'm late, I try not to get those jobs, but sometimes you need the job and you have to take it. And we take it. And we try to hurry up for reach halfway through so I can get home on time. No, I will get the car and I normally get the Nata Bay car, typically. And then we get to Buff Bay, no problem. Um, it's just it's just from Buff Bay to Portland it's always a problem. So when we get there, their car start running by probably like 9, 10 p.m. When certain time comes, it's it. So now you have to charter a car. People who don't know what charter mean, it really means, let's put into perspective. If you take a regular car from there, it would take like 250 Jamaican dollars to $300. And when night comes and it gets dark and they ask the charter, it's going to be $5,000. You see the big difference? That would be my entire little profit I made because it's like these people don't really want to pay a lot of money. So at the time, I had to take whatever I got. So imagine 5,000 is your profit, and then you spend all day going to work, and then you have to give a driver 5,000 of the last money that's left. That don't make no sense. If rather you didn't work. So what I had to do was, at times, when I see certain time, I would have to stay in Kingston. At the time, the only people that was like willing to have me stay at their place was like people that lives in like what they would call ghetto areas, right? Which one I'm not used to because I'm in the country and stuff. Ghetto is just the ghetto. Like I'm not saying anything bad about the ghetto, but the ghetto people know what the ghetto is like. I'm not used to them type of things. Like. If you hear gunshot at night and them something, that's not normal for me. A matter of fact, before I do these things, I've never even know if I even heard a gunshot. I swear. So just imagine somebody that's never even heard a gunshot. See a gun unless it's a police. People like that's what I'm used to, right? And then I go to this place like every night you would hear gunshot and shit. I'm like, what is this? Nobody's reacting. Nobody reacting like nothing is happening. It's just beyond. Me just can't. Me just don't want. Even to today, me just don't understand how these people don't have no reaction to these things. I don't like. This crazy. So when I'm going in the community, I don't. From what I've heard, I know these people don't accept strangers. So when I go into these places, I make sure the person that lives there come to pick me up, and when I'm leaving, they stand outside with me until I get a taxi and go home. So, big up to the people them. Them know themselves. The people them when me attack or me stay at them yard, them know themselves. Me never go call no name. Um, anyways, me thank God for them people, and I did that couple times well, and that really made a difference to me. At least me not have to sleep on the road at Kingston. We sleep on the road at Portland, which is what they call blacks. Them call it blacks or bleaching, right? So we not bleach a road at Kingston, but we bleach a road at Portland. I feel more safe. Anyways, that was the option to stay with somebody that I know, which would be in the ghetto. I really want to, but these are the people who accept me. And I really thank God them people at least take me to them house. Them never have to do it. So I really respect them people. I never forgot them thing. Anyone there if I watch this, me never gonna forget that for the rest of my life. This is a story of them story I'm gonna tell my grand pitney them story. Yeah, yeah. Anyways, um fast forward, there's other option I had was try my best to try and get there. If I get there, I get there. Sometimes I just got lucky. Right? I would see somebody I know, or I got the last car, or I got lucky where me and a couple people were going, so we had to split the charter fare, so we don't have to pay the whole 5 grand. We could split it into 1,000 each or something like that, and it would work out. But there's times that it didn't work out. And at those times that it didn't work out, I remember having to sleep on the road. as we call it, bleach. We have to bleach the whole night. 11 o'clock caught me and there was no taxi and it's just only the 5,000 once. And before I take my hard-earned cash when we travel from morning till night to get, before I did that, I rather sleep on the road and go home with $1. So I did sleep on the road. I found like a pazer that I saw a camera and I slept right under the camera. I sit there and slept there until 5 a.m., 6 in the morning. I got a taxi and I came home. I just always make sure somebody knows where I am. You know, like one of my cousins, I would always message him, yo, I'm sleeping on the road tonight. I'm at this specific place. So if anything is happening, they know where I was, what I was doing, stuff like that. Right? So I always used to do that. Um, I think I used to do too is I used to take pictures of like the drivers or the license plate of the drivers. If anything looks shaky in any way, I would do that, and they don't even know. To today, day, nobody has ever noticed that I do these things. I don't even think nobody know that I do that. So that's something I used to do. Fast forward, I was like, I really think I need to stop doing these things, right? And then I was just sitting in my house one day, and some guy, my cousin and people, have running, and I say, yo, I brother out here, so I sell him bike, you know. I'm go and look on the bike, and I say, yo, a thing neat, one of them Supra there. 2017, 16 Supra, something like that. I'm gonna say, oh, it nice, so it looks like a 600, right? And you know, it's affordable. It's not the bigger price, you know. Price range, he was selling it for like 250,000. Again, I wasn't really making that much money, but I could save. I'm very good at saving. So, um, I saw it. I'm like, this can't pass me. I have to have this. So I told the guy, listen, give me until I think January or something like that. I don't remember. So that's like a month, right? I'm like, yo, you can't sell it, bro. Just give me that time here to save up. I save, I'ma save, I'ma save, I'ma save every dollar what I could have get. I try to get as much job as I could have get. And in the end, me only could have make like 100,000. And the time catch up on me, and it was 200,000 Jamaican dollars for the buy, 250,000, and I only had 100,000. So I scrape. I put my pride aside. I don't ask people for shit. I'm not the person. I'd rather die than ask anybody for anything. I'm that type of person. But I wanted this thing so bad. I asked everybody I know to help me. There's people that came in and helped me. My cousin that lives in New York helped me. Send me 110 grand. I had a friend that I used to work with, Monique, helped me send me about 110 grand too. Nobody else. That I can't remember if anybody else helped me. I remember these two people for sure. I don't think nobody else helped me, to be honest, that I can remember right now. But other than that, that could make up the money, right? So I asked aunties and all these things, and one of my auntie, the last auntie I asked was like, you should have said that to me long time, right? And she set up it that I could get like a loan from out of her name to get me the 150,000 I needed, and she did it. And I just paid her back every month. Well, really, I just went to the bank. I just paid back for her, right? And I just did that really, and that's how I got the money. Got the money in probably like 2 days or the same day. I don't even remember. But anyways, I went. I got the money. Now I called the guy. Yo, I have the money. Whatever. He's like, meet me in the town. Whatever. I went with one of my cousins' dad, Killer Wheel. Because I want somebody who know about stuff, can look at it, make sure everything good on it and stuff like that. So when you go to buy a vehicle, you have to always bring somebody who know their stuff. He knows about bike and all these things. He's been riding bike all his years and shit. So all his life. So he looked at it, everything was good. Make sure all the papers were good. He make sure all the numbers were correct on it, the engine number, chassis number, all of these things. And he said everything's good. We went to the bank. I gave the guy got his money. He gave me the title. Everything signed off. Everything, and Killer Whale, yeah, my cousin dad bring me home with the bike. But before me even go to the day going for the bike, the day before it, like I'm a call the guy and the guy said tomorrow or whatever him say at the time, I couldn't sleep. Me say, I couldn't sleep the night before. And at half the day before, me see all of the money there in my hand. I give all my cousin them and say, yo, take some money with picture with them money here and thing. And the man them take picture with the money them and be a thing as because tomorrow the money gone. In the night, no, I couldn't sleep. Like, I sit up the entire night. I couldn't, no, me say I tried to sleep, I tried to sleep, I couldn't sleep. I really tried. I could not sleep to save my life. I tried. I stayed up until the next morning and I just waited for the time that the guy told me and just then that's when I went for the bike. Anyway, when the guy brought back the bike, he brought back the bike and I was just sitting there looking at it. The bike was parked and I just sat there and just looked at the bike like that. I couldn't even do anything. I just sat there just in awe like, you mean to tell me that's mine? You mean to tell me that is mine? That are mine. I'ma just sit down so and just a look upon it. So anyways, Killer Whale, him knowing him in love bike, him take the bike, him ride gone all about the place. At one point the man disappear. Me didn't even know where him gone to. Him gone a place. Anyways, he bring it back. It's fine because I him help me go feed it or whatever. So him do that. Anyways, so when I get that bike back, every single morning as soon as I wake up, that bike gas tank never finish. The tank always full. I would ride that bike every day. Every day. Until I start get careless at one point and start to try wheelie and all these things and then I'm like, you know what? At one point I decided, you know what? I should stop doing this thing before it hurt me. And I just stopped. But let's just say fast forward down the line because the story is about the first bike. Fast forward down the line, you know, I started making more money, better jobs, all these little things. Save money and stuff and bought more expensive bike. I bought a Yamaha 600, I guess, and whatever. And then after that, I sold that and I bought the Suzuki that I have right now. You know, so it feels like a dream come true, but now that I have it, sometimes it's like I forget what I used to you know, what I was like before I had it. And I feel like sometimes you should really like sit back and reflect on your life and see where you're coming from, where you're at now, and you really see that, bro, you're making a lot of progress. You're making a lot of progress. You know, so that was the story of my first bike. I'll be telling more stories in the future. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Remember, like, share, and subscribe. Comment below if there's any story you would like me to tell, and I will try and tell that also on the YouTube channel. Thank you guys so much. I can't believe this story took 17 minutes. I could have never told this story on TikTok. These people on TikTok, them brain short circuit. Them say a brain rot over there is like nobody has an attention span, so them wouldn't sit and watch this anyways. After that mad boy, man. Anyways, see you guys later. Alright.